Happy Friday. You're watching Breakfast Television on City. Thank you so much for turning us on. As we move into the new year, the city's business community hoping, of course, 2018 will be a fruitful 12 months. ATB Financial Chief Economist Todd Hirsch joining us this morning, talking about where, in your opinion, Todd, the economy is going to go. And we have to touch on jobs first, because so many people are still concerned about employment over the next 12 months or getting back into the workforce again. And where are you seeing things?
That's right. And there's a good reason why, of course, people are interested in the job market, because that's where the economy touches home for them most immediately is, do I have a job? Are my kids going to find work? We had an astoundingly strong job report just come down this morning for the month of December, about 26,000 jobs added in Alberta.
Wow.
And when you think about that, to put that in some order of magnitude, over all of 2017 was quite a good year for job gains, but 54,000 jobs gained in all of 2017. Almost half of them came in the month of December.
Okay.
Now, of course, it's only survey data, so you have to be a bit careful with drawing too many conclusions from just one month. So even though December appears to be a very, very strong month, and this is seasonally adjusted, so it doesn't have to do with more people just being hired at Christmas time in the malls. It is adjusted to take into account of all that. But it does seem to suggest that towards the end of 2017, the job market, in fact, in Alberta, is picking up some momentum. And that's really good news moving into 2018.
Last time you and I chatted about this very topic, you said you were cautiously optimistic where things were going. And do you still see that kind of carrying into 2018? Or?
Yeah, and I might even be losing a bit of the caution.
Oh, really? Okay.
I might just be optimistic because now we've got oil prices, above $60 a barrel, even though I do expect them to probably dip back down below 60. But they're still well above where they were 2 years ago, which was $30, for the West Texas price. So we've got much better oil prices now. They're not back up to 100, and no one's expecting them to. But if they hang in there between, $55 or $60, and that's where we expect them to, anything could happen. But I think that's a solid energy price. I think that gives some confidence back to the energy sector, and that gives confidence back to Alberta's economy.
You've kind of changed your or not changed your focus, but you've changed the way you use the energy sector as a gauge. You say it's now the backbone of our economy, but not the driver of our economy. What do you think is kind of pushing things forward?
Well, before the recession, back when oil was at $100, I would have called the energy sector the engine of the economy.
Yeah.
It was driving a lot of employment, a lot of wage growth. Not just in energy, but other sectors as well. Wages were being driven higher. It was driving, manufacturing, construction, foreign investment. It was the engine of the economy. Now, in 2018 and going forward, with energy prices more moderate, the energy sector becomes the backbone of the economy. But we can't rely on just the energy sector being the engine, not in terms of new growth and jobs. But we will see other sectors of the economy start to take up some of that growth in employment and wages.
Is there one tech or one sector in particular that you're kind of focusing on as maybe one of the drivers now? Or?
Well, there's a couple. Agriculture and agri-foods, particularly, and some of the niche agri-food producers. We've been seeing very strong gains in that. Now, agriculture, especially agri-foods, taken as a whole, it's much smaller than the energy sector. So it doesn't really replace the growth, but it does add to some more diversity in the province. Tourism has been very strong, and we expect that to continue. And then the tech sector. I know there's a lot of attention, especially in Calgary, around the tech sector. A lot of talk around Amazon, if Amazon's going to come or not. But I think it's a positive conversation that we're having in Calgary. And even if Amazon takes a pass on Calgary, it's still been positive because we're now starting to talk in this city about what does it take to become a tech sector? What kinds of things do we need to offer tech companies if they're going to look at Calgary? And I think because of that, in fact, Amazon or not, I do think we do have a lot of potential to grow the tech sector here in this city.
And the fact that we're in the bidding process also kind of puts us on the map, so to speak, with the big players like the Amazons in there, right?
Absolutely. And obviously I have no idea what Amazon is thinking.
Sure.
But even if Calgary is revealed to be in some, top 12 lists, I think that's an absolute coup for Calgary.
So. Very good. This is ATB Financial's Chief Economist Todd Hirsch. Thank you so much for coming in.
My
Happy
pleasure.
New Year.
And
always appreciate your input on topics like this, and we'll have to see what's in store for the next 12 months.